what is margin and what is padding. By margin, you can add space outside the element's border, and by padding, you can add space between element's content and element's border. Look at this example. If I add space between the element's content and element's border, we can call padding. If I add space outside the element's border, we can call it margin. Let's work with it. The first, I wanna make a box. For example, box 1, and let's choose an ID for this. Box 1. Let's copy this and put it to the padding section. Box 2. Now let's add some style for this. Let's add border. Let's add height and width for this. I think 35 is good. Maybe 40. And now let's add background color. By margin, you can add space around the element's border. Let's add margin to this. By margin top, you can add margin to the top of your element's border. For example, I want to add 50 pixel. It will come down 50 pixel. By margin right, you can add margin to the right side of your box. I want to select 40 pixel, and by margin left, you can add margin to the left side of your box. For example, I want to take 60 pixel. By margin bottom, you can add margin to the bottom of your box. For example, 45 pixel is good. Let's see. Look like this. And I think this is too long. Let's note the shorthand of this. For this reason, let's make it comment. For this reason, at the first you have to write margin, and after that you have to specify the top margin, after that specify the right margin, after that you have to specify the bottom margin, and after that you have to specify the left margin. The top margin is 50. The right margin is maybe 20. The bottom margin is maybe 30. The left margin is 70. Now let's see it. Look, this is the shorthand of adding margin. Now let's know what is padding. Padding add space between elements content and elements border. Let's know about it. Box 2. Let's add these properties to box 2. Now let's add padding. Padding also like margin by padding top. You can add padding to the top side of your box by padding right. You can add padding to the right side of your box by padding bottom. You can add padding to the bottom of your box by padding left. You can add padding to the left side of your box. Let's see. For example, 50 pixel. Let's write something else as 30 pixel. Let's add something here, 25 pixel. Let's add something else here, 59 pixel is look like this, and I think it's too long. Let's note the shorthand of this. For this reason, we have to write padding at the first, and after that you can specify the top, right, bottom and left. And if the all side is the same number or is the same pixel, you can write it once time. For example, 50 pixel. Save it and see it. Look, this is padding and this is margin. And let's add padding to this also. Maybe 80 pixel. Now let's see. Look, this margin, the space between border, outside the border, and the space between content and border. Thank you for your attention, guys. We will see you in the next video.